We're seeing these things in democratic governments at this moment. We're seeing mass surveillance, cameras everywhere. China, even other Western countries as well. Let me think of a Western country. UK has a lot of cameras and stuff like that, right? Propaganda, manipulating people's public views by giving them misinformation, twisting the information, right? All this is part of a dystopia environment. So remember that the word dystopia and the feel of it is not just one thing, it's a broad spectrum of different things in society, even in the economical environment, right? Like the corporations are also pushing that whole control, dominance, financial dominance. Mega corporations influence governments, as I said earlier on. Mega corporations influence governments, and remember that the governments are put there by the people in the democratic governments, countries. They so-called put there by the people. So once you put that vote in and you said whatever you want to say and you did what you want to say, like 4 or 5 years, some countries it's 5 years, some countries 4 years, right? You have another vote. You have no control over the people that you put there, right? They're not coming to you and say, okay, please do an audit on our government, how we are governing this country. Please do an audit. Not doing that. And there's no one that can audit themselves. There's no one that can audit themselves. I mean, it's weird. How can I audit myself when the people are supposed to audit now? What they do, especially in my country, right? They normally have these external, internal organizations that audits the government stuff that's happening in government, right? Which is weird because again, it's not going to be objective. You cannot audit yourself. The people supposed to audit the government and take them to accountability. Is that happening in democratic countries? I'm talking about Africa. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about Europe. Talking about Canada. I'm talking about all so-called democratic countries. Is there something like that going on? Economical and corporations, right? That's another dystopia type of thing. The total control, influencing everything, even the money, the banks, in controlling the money and controlling the people's finances by giving you credit score. That's another control. It's another control. If you don't play by the game, you don't benefit as a citizen. If you don't play the game and fix your credit score and focus on the credit score, take debt, right? Take debts and then also make sure you're paying for that debt, right? Play the game well, right? That's what they're wanting. It's all about control. Now they're controlling every part of society. Now, there's also signs of dystopia. You understand? Digital psychology as well. Very important. Subtle psychological dystopia. Digital age we are in now. Right? The algorithm. Right? Algorithm that controls everything. It's a form of control. Like now. Right? Like now I'm on this YouTube at this moment, right? I'm having a certain how would I say, effects on the system. You understand? Me being in a certain country, it means that I don't have an open flow like other countries. Because you are controlled by the country you're in, about the content that you're giving, and also about the amount of people that follow you. Now remember, you're building numbers, so the more you build numbers, the more you expand, kind of thing, right? That is control, basically, right? Because that way, subtle control. What you see and think and buy is influenced by an unseen force called the algorithm. What is this algorithm? What is this thing? What is this thing that's controlling us? What that we cannot see? You understand? Something like, then also we speak about surveillance of capitalism as well. Okay. Surveillance of capitalism. Your data is a product, right? Your data is a product, your information, like your likes, your dislikes, everything that you like. Every time you Google and it's put in the name and whatever you want there, that's your data right now. That data is a product. You understand? Which is very interesting. Coming from the state, a time where 1999, I'm born in 1976, okay? 1999, I was working in corporate and everything like that. I just started working in corporate. And what was there at that time was not as different now. You understand? Now we have more advanced systems. This is long before the internet. Am I right? Yeah. 1999, 90, yeah, around there, right? So environmental resources, there was the internet, but it wasn't the way it is now. Okay, we had some sorts of technology, yes, but it was not the way it is now. We had internet, but it wasn't as it is now. There was no social media. When did YouTube start? I didn't do my research and they're just popping out, right? Environmental research as well. Dystopias have a problem with the environment. Dystopian environments don't have clean water. There's a lot of what they call it, pollution in the air and stuff like that. Right. Hi, sir. Is it yes, sir? How are you? Must be reply. I hope you're well. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a great weekend. We're talking about a topic called the Matrix. Are we living in the Matrix as according to the movie? Can we now reassess? Okay, now we are really at that stage. If you watch the movie, the first one in 1999, like the very first one, right? And then try and understand, okay, the world we are in now in 2025, can we draw parallels to it? Can we say it's the same thing? Are we in the matrix? Are we being controlled by technology? Are we being controlled by AI? In my opinion, it's only at the beginning. It's the beginning stages, because now more and more is going to be unfolded and rolled out, and something to be afraid of, because it is an expression of who we are. We are creating this as a collective, okay? We are creating, because we're part of the matrix. Every single person is part of the system. We creating this holographic reality, right? So we're not victims, right? We need to understand that we're not victims. When you give your power away, then you want to say things like, oh, I need to escape the matrix. Oh my God, I cannot be controlled. And all those other things, all negativity. But if you look at it this way, that we are actually partaking it right now. I'm on this internet, right? I'm on YouTube at this moment. I'm also on TikTok as well, right? Which is part of the matrix, the system. You understand? You are watching now and consuming this content. You are contributing to the matrix system now. However, if you decide to look at the matrix as something that is happening to you, there's something that's attacking you, or something that's like the villain. As I told you, that every good story needs to have a villain, right? So we need to have the hero, we need to have the villain, right? So human beings feel that they're going to be attacked and that their jobs are going to be taken by AI, and maybe it will be. And maybe it's supposed to happen like that and evolve as we start changing our economies, you understand, as we start changing everything. Right, so everything is happening for a right reason. Everything is happening for our highest good. If we can look at things like that, uh, in a more positive way, we're able to actually prevent suffering, right? So as the Buddhists say, everything that you perceive and understand in the titles and meanings you assign to things lessens your suffering or makes your suffering more. It's all up to you. Okay, you cannot be the victim of something that you created. AI is man-made. It's made through us, by us. We cannot be victims of AI, okay? But if there will be change, and we need to accept the change for what it is. You understand it? Things are getting better. Things are happening faster and better for us. If you look at it that way, instead of it saying, okay, well, the world is ending, the dystopian environment systems are controlling human beings. Human beings are no more in control of their control of life and themselves and stuff like that. Then becomes a negative experience. But if we take our power back and say, yes, there is an AI, and this AI is man-made, we decided, well, we're going to expand ourselves, and we're going to, yeah, technology has to expand, because in growth, it's inevitable to expand. You have to expand. If you look at where I was in 1999, we didn't have what we have now, right? Everything is just on the click of your finger. WhatsApp, there was no WhatsApp, there's no instant messages. We were still doing those SMSs. And that seemed like such an advancement in 1999. Look at it now in 2025. You're wondering, my God, what next? Everything's expanding so fast. There's so much AI is coming through, but we should look at it in more in excitement, not as if we've been attacked. It's not happening to us, it's happening through us. As human intelligence expand, it's allowing this expansion. Human intelligence that's actually allowing this expansion. Okay, we are allowing the technology expansion. But if we're going to think that technology is replacing humanity, technology has its place and always will have its place. Human beings are the creators of these technologies. Human beings cannot be taken over by technology unless they want to experience that. Remember that. Unless you want to experience it, then you shall experience it. AI automation replacing jobs, making jobs more efficient, making jobs more faster, allowing us as human beings to find other creative ways of bringing more income into our homes and into our pockets, right? Finding other more creative ways, like how we created AI. Right. So now AI is now taking over those human jobs that are mundane, those repetitionist type of jobs, because AI is not intelligent like human beings. Human beings have sentience, right? We have sentience.